Okay, today I'm going to show you what I have inside my PSK and how I'm going to pack it all up, my personal survival kit. The one thing with the personal survival kit is you want to make sure that you cover your basic needs that you're going to have. Um, Getting water, transporting it, being able to have a shelter, fire, and a way to get some food. So let's dig into what I got here. First, my Altoids tin. And I didn't tape it up to cover up their name because I didn't want them to get advertised or anything. It's just it's a good place to store a little piece of duct tape that I might have to use in a survival situation, maybe to repair my Mylar blanket or what have you. I got some on the back too. Got that off of Bushcraft USA. Little things I picked up in here had to do with things I saw on their site. So in the lid here, a couple of Band-Aids. I didn't go with small ones. I went with larger ones. I'm figuring if if I'm in a survival situation, I need a Band-Aid. Might need to be a big one. Some tin foil here. I honestly don't know how many feet of it is in here. I folded it up real tight, flat, but I don't know if you can hear how, it's pretty loud for tin foil being that small. And then some triple antibiotic. I also have up here inside the lid. Push that in there. Inside the Altoid tin here, some ibuprofen, some fishing line. I'm going to spare you opening this all up, but inside here is, this piece of tin foil is my fishing hooks, some split shots, a leader line, things like that in there. A little bit of cotton twine, use it to tie things up, or to even use that as a tinder. A couple pieces of gum, just more like a comfort thing. I smoke, and if I'm out there any length of time and have run out of cigarettes or pipe tobacco or anything, these may help me get through a little bit, just having something to chew on, and maybe even help alleviate some hunger, just, the thought of chewing. Here's some snare wire, and a candle. Of course, the snare wire, set up. Try to put enough in there to get at least a couple snares out of, better my odds. Candle, starting fire, light at nighttime for a little while anyways. Beef and a chicken bouillon cube to add to some water. A little flavoring anyways, make me feel better about my situation. Lighter, and I went with one of these electronic ignition lighters. So that even when I do run out of fluid, which it's brand new when I put in here, but it still has that spark. So maybe I can get a fire going with that. I've never tried it. Saw that on Survivor Man, him talking about it one time. So why not put it in there? A couple of alcohol swabs. Also trying to keep infection, things like that. Also great fire starters. And I also got 4 safety pins down in here. A couple any size. If I have to make a sling, repair some clothing maybe. Also make fishing hooks out of them. So those are down inside there. Alright. Also, I didn't have it wrapped up yet, but there's a razor blade. Didn't really have room for a knife, and I usually do, always have a knife in my pocket with a lanyard to it. So there's chance of me running into a situation where I don't at least have my knife. Pretty slim, but just in case, I do have this razor blade. Use it to make my tinder. After that, I'll just be breaking stuff by hand. And it's good and sharp, and I got that, so just to wrap it up in some tin foil here, so it'll kind of help protect it against things that are in my survival kit. Try to make the edge where the points are a little beefier, and then flatten it up nice. Put that right down on the bottom there. It's got the fishing line and stuff. Alright, so I'm not going to put all that back in and bore you with that. The other thing that'll be in my survival kit, which my survival kit's going to go in, this Wiley bag. My military issued sunglasses that I had. Sunglasses long since been destroyed. I actually got another pair. But I did hang on to this bag, and it's stretchy, strong stuff that I'm going to be putting everything you see into. And when it's all done, I'm actually going to whip the whole bag together with some 550 cord and put my carabiner on there, so I'll have something to attach it to. Alright, so another thing that I picked up to go with my personal survival kit is this little 6-in-1 unit I picked up, Main Military Supply. It's got a thermometer on it, compass, flashlight, and the whistle. And when you open it up, there we go, it has a magnifying lens in it. So you can use that for starting fire. Also has a little signaling mirror. And inside of here, got this little unit wrapped up in tin foil here. This is enough purifying tablets for a gallon of water. And other ones that have the extra tablet you can put in to kind of remove the iodine taste and whatnot. But they're in there, like I said, enough to do a gallon. And we'll put this thing back together again. And so that'll be inside my bag as well. And then on here, another thing I picked up off of Bushcraft USA, off the Bushcraft website. I was looking at one of the survival kits that they did on there. He had the Mylar blanket in here, and with his Mylar blanket, he put in a gallon Ziploc bag. So there's the way I'm going to transport my water. I also added a few more things to it because there was some room in the bag, and the bag itself really isn't any use to me because they come with little holes in them. I don't know if you can see the little hole in there, but there's like little holes in them. So the bag itself really wasn't of much use to me. So I felt at that point I'd see how much stuff I could stuff into it. So I've got pretty much a full-size flint and steel in there. I'll open it up for you and show you what's on here. There's there's my gallon Ziploc. Little Ziploc in here. These little Ziplocs you can pick up at like craft hobby stores, things like that. Got 2 cotton balls in there with Vaseline, and they're squished in there pretty good, so that Vaseline's all through them. Another little Ziploc with some MRE toilet paper, and then my flint and it's steel. And then of course the Mylar blankets inside of that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop it and I'll put all this stuff back together again and show you how it's going to look inside the bag here. Alright. Okay, now that I got most of that all back in there and set up, so we'll close that up. And then I've got a piece of duct tape here. Also something I got off Bushcraft website, you know, adding a little bit more to it here. And that said, it'll give me something to, you know, repair my Mylar with, or you just never know when you can use a little duct tape. So take that, put it around the outside of my tin. I'm trying to keep it as good as I can on there. Alright, so there's that all packed up. Now my things left are right here, and I also threw in this little Arizona lemon iced tea unit. One other thing, more like a comfort thing, because I know I got some room in this bag. So with that, I'll open up that bag. And something hanging me up here. There we go. Alright. There we go. The Mylar's in there, fire steel, and then my Altoid can. Take our whistle and compass. Slide that in there, over the other side of my Altoid tin. We'll slide our little drink mix in there. And whistle. Push that all down. good. It's got a little Velcro seal here, but like I said, I don't really trust any of that, so I'll leave it on there. But closing it up like this, a little piece of duct tape. Like this one probably won't be reusable, being stuck to fabric and all, but just to hold it in place. So there's my survival kit all packed up. Next thing I'm going to do is some 550 cord, whipped out like it was a tool handle, and attach my carabiner to it, and then, you know, it's your option. If it's something you want to have on you, something to hang off of you, or you know, it's really the best place to have it somewhere on your gear that you're going to have on you. It's a little big for you know, put in your pocket, but if you have a cargo pocket in your pants or anything like that, you slide it down into there. It should be all right. Like I said, the 550 cord is going to make it a little bit bulkier, but not much. I mean, that's still give you something to compare it to. Here's a, you know what a Peterson's Wild Edibles book looks like. All right, it's the thickness. So not too bad right now. I'll get back to you once I get this all whipped up. All right. Okay, I got it all whipped up. Whipping didn't come out as good as I wanted it to, and I was trying to get about 25 feet on here. Probably had a little more than 25 feet, and I had some extra line when I got done, or cordage. So I ended up wrapping that around, tying my carabiner on, and I also left this hook out. Might become useful, even if it was on like web gear or something, to give you one more attachment point maybe, and you could slide this around to the other side and keep it from bouncing on your gear. You know, hold it down tight. So once again, there's that Peterson's, and there's my PSK, my personal survival kit, all wrapped up in there. Yeah, pretty secure. We'll see how things hold up. If anything, the only thing I can see changing is the way I whip the rope around there. You know, you don't have to do that. And the things I put in here, you know, merely suggestions, things that I thought I might need. You know, you might find some other stuff. I'm by no means any expert in this matter. And at some point, I'd like to try going out with just this and living out of it for a night anyways, and see what happens. You know, I'm up here in Maine. I don't really want to try it here in mid-February, although today is beautiful out, but it definitely can change quick on you. But maybe some point we'll work our way up to the winter, but definitely maybe this spring or something, I'll give it a shot, see what happens, and I'll let you know how it turned out. All right. Hey, thanks for watching, and good luck out there.